Hello everyone, Scott here again. I just got out of seeing Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which I'm kind of bummed it doesn't have welcome, it just says Jumanji, so the fact that it has 2018 will make me remember that this is for the 3D as well, so it's for the sequel. And that's the cool part, it's a sequel, absolutely. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle is the sequel that was originally seen as going to be a reboot, and oh no, heaven forbid, of Jumanji, which is revered by so many more people than I thought. I never cared for it that much in the sense of like it's a favorite movie or it's like a defining thing of a generation. And I laugh because I see people talking about the new one about too many CGI animals and this and that. It's like, well, that's what the first one was, and it was from '95. It wasn't that great CG either. It doesn't really hold up, and it's not that great a movie. But anyway, the new one, I mean, it was always fun. The concept was there, the board game's neat. The new one takes the idea of the game adapting. Who plays board games anymore? Well, a lot of people actually. I have a lot of board games. Board games are in major resurgence right now. They're probably the most profitable they've ever been. But I digress. It's an old school board game, so that's a fair one, right? It doesn't quite work anymore. So what does? Well, video games. And it appealed to that idea of a classic video game. And the guy got sucked into it. And then people find it later and they get sucked into it. That's who you see in the trailer. You've got the nerdy guy, the football jock, the phone always selfie girl, and the shy introverted girl. And they become, in the same order, Dr. Smolder Bravestone, the big hero, The Rock, with no weaknesses. You have the small, diminutive Kevin Hart playing backpack carrying weapons valet. You have the bimbo. Well, not bimbo. That's an unfair thing. She's not a bimbo. She's just like flighty and self-absorbed. Whatever. The pretty girl. She becomes the curvy archaeologist, which is Jack Black's Dr. Oh, what was it? Shelley. Not Osborne. All I can think is that. Oberon. No. Something like that. Doesn't matter. Jack Black. So we have a gender flip with her into that. More on his performance in a minute. And then you have the shy introverted girl becoming Karen Gillan, who's like a 6-foot redhead statuesque ass kicker. Okay. Immediately, this movie goes all out in making you really remember and understand these are those kids in these avatars. The rules are quickly set up that they have to finish the game to get out, and they could die there. They have 3 lives. There's like a bar on their wrist that appears when they do this, and those are their lives. So, the nerdy whatever guy who wants to be brave and good at fighting games, he's the hero. He's played by The Rock. He plays The Rock. I mean, that phrase does work. But that's him. And he has that sense of insecurity and open, wide-eyedness and unsure about himself, but that we can make this work. And in the game, every now and then, you kind of just fall into what the game does, because his ability is to smolder, and he just starts to do it. Can you help it? No, it's automatic. And it's super fun, because the girl characters, Karen Gillan's like she can't help it, but then neither can the Bethany character played by Jack Black. It's like, do it again. Because female character, actual female, okay? So that's a hilarious part that they do with that. It's super good. But they have to work together. So only one character can read the map. That's Jack Black character. One person has the ability to carry stuff, another one has the fighting ability, this and this and this and this. They end up coming across the guy who got sucked in back in the 90s. Right after the original movie. And there's a shout out to Robin Williams in that, so that's a good thing there. But they get him, and it's because it's actually a 5-player game. Now, bad game design, where you need all the people to come. Because if the game will let you play, but you literally can't succeed without others, poor design. Very bad. But when they get together, they have the pilot. And he's able to help them. He's actually some 80s gamer guy who gets sucked in and is played by one of the Jonas Brothers, I do believe. And he's there now, and they work together to try and escape. Now, the villain, they even have a bit where they see what's going on because a cutscene triggers, and they're like, what is the cutscene? What? Shh. And they're watching it, like, third person into some other thing, like a cutscene in a video game would be. But then they talk to an NPC who just keeps repeating things. It happens every now and then. This is the same stuff, only this is the hero, that kind of stuff. And they say the right thing, it continues. It is well done. This movie is so much fun because it plays with those tropes, goes all out, has fun with the action, and the characters are just incredible. Because I mentioned The Rock is great. Jack Black is playing Bethany, and it's like just little mannerisms. It's not over the top, which you see in a lot of these movies where like the gender is flipped, and you have the guy who doesn't know how to be a woman, and the woman playing a guy trying to be a woman is just so over the top, and it's bad. It's not believable because you would know that that's not it, but it's for laughs, ha ha ha. Not so here. It's just little mannerisms, the way that the talk is, the intonation. It matches the actress that played Bethany, and that's what really works with this movie, I think, for them. They clearly talked to each other and worked everything out, the young actor and the adult actor, for how that has to go to make this believable. Because never once was I losing sight of the fact that these are kids trying to get back home, stuck in these bodies. It worked so well for that. And Karen Gillan's was really good as this shy girl who doesn't like all this fitness and activity stuff, and it's boring because she wants to be like someone who can change the world. To be this ass kicker who's stunning, and like she's given a pep talk by Jack Black's Bethany. Like, embrace this. Like, you are what you are right now. This is awesome. Do it. And her abilities, like the take out the bad guys, like all these dance fighting and stuff, and she does awesome, incredible moments, and like gets giddy about it, and then reins herself in. She's enjoying this. She's loving this. Same as The Rock's character. The one that doesn't really do that is Kevin Hart. He is playing Kevin Hart like he does, but kind of works because he'd be that outspoken if you went from the big football jock to the smaller guy. That's fine. It works. The missed opportunity here, I think, is that they didn't do a flip for Karen Gillan's character. Because they had the guy playing the girl with Jack Black. They should have had a girl playing a guy with Karen Gillan and a male kid playing that. I think that would have just had more fun with it, because they went part way with it with the stuff that they had to do and learning and all this stuff. It could have just continued, because really, if you take out a couple little bits of it being like they calling her, not Molly. I think her name is Molly. If they took those parts out, you could believe that it is her playing a guy stuck in her body. Like it already is that. So I think it would have worked. I really do. Doesn't take away from it, obviously, but what does, though, is the villain. He's useless and has no real comeuppance. He's just defeated. But not really, because they just simply do the thing and happens to be defeated. And it's dumb. But then they get out, and I mean, no spoiler there, that's how Jumanji works, but it's really well done. It's a Christmas movie. They reveal that there too, by the way. And how they work with the fact that one guy was taken back in the 90s. Like, what happened? How'd that work? And it just makes me want a sequel. And they're working on it with the same everything. So, yes. So that movie is super fun. I can't wait to buy it. I look forward to that one. It also broke a record that had been standing for 20 years. Came out around Christmas. It was dominated by Star Wars, I think, for 2 weeks, and then overtook that. And it fell out of the top spot when, I think, Insidious came out, or God, I can't remember what it was, but it was knocked at the top spot briefly, but then went back into the top spot for the Super Bowl weekend. And as The Rock posted, the last time that happened was with Titanic 20 years ago, where it reclaimed #1, or moving its 7th week of release was in #1. So that's crazy. It's not making Titanic money, but it is doing ridiculously well. So a sequel's happening, and I'm super pumped for that. The movie was crazy, crazy good. And the Avatar characters are coming back, so I don't know if it's going to be different people playing those characters. I hope something else happens, simply because I like the idea of like different interpretations of that. So, yeah. So that's that. Watch this movie, 100%. It's a great one. It's one of my favorite movies all year. Easily worth watching. I can recommend that one. It's fun in theater, obviously, with a crowd, but I think we can get it. It's on the way out soon-ish. Whatever. The one thing that really kind of pissed me off about it was people saying, it's a new Jumanji movie. It's actually pretty good? Huh, who knew? I did. That movie looked fun from the teaser. I wanted to see it from the announcement. Pisses me off if people are like, oh, how dare it actually be good? That's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to make crap movies, guys. God. Anyway, that's a different discussion. Thanks for watching. Do check this stuff out on Cyclops Scott on YouTube and Twitch, live recording here. Cyclops Scott is the thing for that. Scott Somerton on Facebook, Guilty Pleasure Cinema on Facebook, and .com. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.